It's your boy Fumar Music. Show me level 5. Yeah, bitch favorite fat
You
nigga, you feel
already
me?
know.
And today we doing something a little different, you feel me? We not interviewing a rapper. Feel me? We interviewing Marley Manx right now.
Your boy in the motherfucking building.
So which part of Miami you from, bro?
Shit, bro, I really rep the whole Miami. I'm not from one particular area. I was born on 207, which would be Lake Lucerne, but I don't rep one particular area. I rep Dade County as a whole, 305. I think we all should unite and stop shooting each other in Dade County. I won't say go shoot a bit from Broward County, but that'll just be biased, so I'm not gonna say that. But I done lived in different areas. I done lived in most of the different hoods, so it's like, yeah, I don't rep anyone. I got people in all along.
Okay, how was your childhood growing up? You had like one parent, two parent home?
Nah, one parent home, juggling from parent to parent in the early years, and then, grandma, auntie them, cousin them, you know what I mean? Everybody, pitching in on the growth.
Okay, but who you say like you stayed with majority of the time type shit?
The majority of the time, see me, I stayed with grandma up to about the end of 5th grade, about, 6th grade is where a nigga stayed with old girl. You feel what I'm saying? And then I basically been staying with the old girl, then nigga had to move with cuz, you feel what I'm saying? Nigga stayed with auntie, nigga stayed with, other cuz, Passy. You know what I mean? It's different little areas, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different little ways in a lifetime.
Like how many siblings, like brothers and sisters you got?
Well, on my mama's side, I only got 3. She got 4 kids. Me, my older brother, my sister, and then my oldest brother. So, and then on my daddy's side, it's 12.
Damn, boy.
Papa was a Rolling Stone for me, dog.
He was slinging that thing.
I'm trying to tell you, it was a big thing, you feel me? Cause at one point in time, we always get these girls that don't even know, like, you feel me? They just be over the top, push all these kids away. Yes, sir.
But, how do you feel about gun violence in Miami?
Okay, this is a touchy subject because I've been shot, you know what I mean? I understand the difference though between the protection and between gun violence itself, you know what I mean? So I understand that we need guns. So I'm not saying that, we should do the reform of what they're talking about, make sure nobody have guns, but what I am saying, we do need to keep in mind who we putting these guns in the hands of. And then gun violence, we all think of it as, okay, there's a lot of innocent people that die to gun violence. But there is a lot of non-innocent people that die to gun violence as well.
And like, how has gun violence like affected your life?
Gun violence affected my life by taking people that I love, people that I cared about, homies, real niggas, family members, almost taking my life. See, due to gun violence, I've seen some of the most tragic shit that any person should see, especially at a young age, growing up, seeing motherfuckers' bodies just dropping right in front of you, bitches bleeding out, all type of crazy shit. At a young age, it really fucks with your mind at times.
And you said you've been shot. Do you care to like share that experience?
Yeah, man, I can share experience. Like, what you mean? Like the day I got shot?
Yeah, like tell the story type shit.
Alright.
And like how it felt and like, you feel me, type shit.
Alright. So what it was, I was working with my uncle down south. I was living down there. It was just around the first of the year, and we was working on a job he had. He was doing a little home remodeling shit, so he needed some young help. So me and Cuz Sane, we was working with him, helping him out. And that particular day, we actually moved a tree. We had to cut a big ass tree down, and we moved the goddamn tree. So we on a train. We went to the crib. When we get to the crib, we sitting at the front porch. Soon as and it's a long way now, cause this particular job is like north of Brickell, and we're going down to 288. Well, for people that ain't in Miami, that's like Homestead, little minute. So it's not the fact that we gotta take the train. We took the train and the bus on the one way, and had another 30-minute walk. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to the crib. We like, we just wanna smoke, man. We just wanna chill, vibe, get our mind right. You know what I mean? We on the porch, we chilling. Next thing you know, gunshots, and I'm on the floor. I black out. I wake up. See, I know I'm paralyzed because of the simple fact that I can feel my legs, but they feel like they here. They feel like they next to my face somewhere. Like I'm in some type of crazy ass, ocky ass position, but I look down and they're just straight. They're straight there. So at that moment in time, you just know. It's like you can't move your shit. You're moving your arm, like, oh, you know what I mean? And you just know, it all flashes, really, within a quick second. It really do.
What flashes?
Like, things that you take for granted.
Like, what you mean, when does it flash?
At the moment of when you notice that, okay, cause me, I was going in and out, so I can't really tell you at which moment it flashed, but I know for me, I woke up, and that was right after I got shot. And I seen saying bleeding, you feel bloody up, you feel what I'm saying, shot all up, and he trying to talk to me, I'm trying to talk to him. Then that boy died dead. We at the door, you know what I mean? So there's people in the house trying to open up the door. They trying to get the door open, but we at the door. We shot up at the door,
so they can't open the door.
They can't get the door. Man. So now, motherfuckers running around the back, hopping gates and shit. They get to the front, but by the time they get to the front, shit already down the wraps. At this point, I black out. I come back. So that would be the point where it flashes. When that moment where I actually noticed, like, it's after the whole incident was saying, after that, that's when I noticed. That's when I'm like, damn, I can't get up. This shit crazy. Like, and then that's when that flash of all the things you take for granted in life goes, and then I blacked out. So when I woke back up, the police was there. They was checking me and all type of shit there. And from what I heard, that was about 30 minutes later, nigga was laying down on the ground.
Wait, so while you was laying on the ground, the police was checking you?
Hell yeah.
Like your pockets and shit?
Yeah, nigga.
The fuck?
But, yeah, so after that, the ambulance came, they cut my shirt and shit off, threw me on the goddamn gurney, pushed me into the shit, took me to a helicopter, airlift me. But I was going in and out. By the time they picked me up and they took me into the ambulance, I was out. When I woke back up, they was pushing me through some grass, and that shit was so uncomfortable. Them goddamn backboards, especially being that I got shot in my back. That goddamn backboard, that shit woke me up. All I could see is the fucking wiper blades of the helicopter. I remember before I blacked out again, I was trying to get a peek outside the helicopter, really. But when you laying down on that shit, like, you really can't see nothing. They got the neck thing on
the neck brace shit, so you can't move your neck around and shit.
Feel me? So it's like, you can't really see nothing. And then I blacked out again, woke back up. I was in the hospital. When I woke up in the hospital, I seen Shane on the table right there, literally. Right there. everybody over there crying and shit. I'm like, damn, you know, that shit was real crazy. So from there, I was in the hospital for about, I don't know how long I was in the hospital, because I think they sedated me. They told me I was in a coma, but I think they sedated me. And then when I woke up, I was in the rehab. I was in a rehab facility. I didn't have no clothes. I had a hospital thing. And I had to wait for the old girl to bring some clothes and shit. And yeah, that's basically how it started right there. And then from that moment on, I went to a real like semi-depressed mode. Well, really depressed mode. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Just noticed that, damn, man, you know, just lost the use of a motherfucking leg. So it's like, what the fuck I'ma do? You feel what I'm saying? It was real encouraging for me. The guys from Miami Heat Wills came to see me inside of the rehab. So that was real encouraging for me to see that these guys still doing their thing. And actually that year they won the wheelchair basketball championship. Yeah, y'all should check that out. They need some publicity. Miami Heat Wills.
So how long you feel like it took you to get out that depression?
For me, it was quicker than others. By the time I was out of the rehab, I feel like I was out of that first depression stage. So the reason why I say that, because I know people that got injured before me and still isn't out of the first stage of the depression. What am I gonna do with my life? Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. So that's the first thing, when we understand that we could do some things. And then it's accepting pity, you know, from other motherfuckers. That's what make people want to be content with, you know, not getting out of that depressed stage. But for me, it was, I had a PT who I still talk to this day, Albert. And
what's a PT? What PT stands for?
Physical therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Albert. Shout out to Albert.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Albert was a real nigga, you feel me? That he really taught me how to put my clothes back on, you know what I mean? He taught me how to function. And he taught me, like, where I was at a place called West Gables. And that's like way southern Kendall, because you know when I got shot, I was 288. I was in Homestead, so they sent me to a rehab. So if I was anywhere up this way, they would have sent me straight to Jackson. You know what I mean? So I went to a place to where I was the first black person to be there, and it just so happened that I was so young. They didn't understand that, damn, it was a gunshot wound. Everybody else there, cause fucking heart problems and, you know, shit like that. So it's like, when I was there, it was so electric to everybody. Everybody wanted to come say what's up to me. Like, I'm talking about the workers, you know. The people in there were alright. It was one or two guys that I really fuck with, you know. We was chilling and shit. But the rest of them, you know, there was older people. Even the guys that I'm talking about, they're like in their mid-30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody else in there is like 60, you feel what I'm saying?
Old as fuck, mad as fuck.
Yeah.
In pain. I don't want to talk to nobody like that.
Nah, they wanted to, you know, everybody liked me. Let me tell you why. When I first got there, they wanted to get me out of my room. Yeah. Right? So they thought that they talked to my mom and shit, right? And my mom told them that I play Xbox, right? So downstairs, there was like a little room where people could go and spend their time. They put an Xbox down there. Yeah. Everybody was using it more than me, but they put it there because they thought that would get me out of my room. Yeah. So everybody liked it. Because when they showed it to me, there was like, you know, a little break time they have between therapy sessions. So they had me pull up to the TV, large TV, pull up to that bed. It was like, oh, we got a surprise for you. They pulled that bitch out. That bitch had the little controllers and everything. But I just wasn't fucking with that shit, bro. And then, back to what I was saying with Albert, that boy came in my room every day, and he really pushed me. When I didn't have the fight to do it, you know what I mean? When I didn't have the fight to do it, that boy came in, and he pushed me, and he instilled it in my head that, yo, it might be crippled, But it ain't over, you know what I mean? Because at that point in time, I was thinking like, yo, it's over, it's dead, and that's what a lot of people be thinking at that particular time in their life. Yo, it's over, you know. But that boy instilled it in me like, yo, you gotta keep pushing forward. Even because we used to do these hand cycles. Right now, I could do hand cycles real good. But at that point in time, that shit fucking pissed me off. I'm like, yo, why do I need to do this? I need to be working on my legs, not my arms.
Yeah.
But he's like, yo, you need to be working on your arms.
Yeah, because you got to get used to pushing the chair and shit.
Yeah. So, you know, it was a lot of little shit like that, man.
Okay. And like, what can you say is like the hardest part about like being in a wheelchair?
The hardest part about being in a wheelchair to me is the complications that come with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's different complications. Like, well, first of all, it's the thought. It's the thought. You know, being in a wheelchair, you know, you'll get past it, but you know, it's just like, damn man, I'm in a wheelchair. Some things you'll be like, oh man, I could have probably did this. I could have went on that boat trip, or I could have did this or did that. But at the same time, you think about it, just be like, okay, well, it's the cards that's dealt, so you gotta play your hand. You know what I mean? So it's the thought of the perception of how you take it, and then other complications, just like with things that just happen in the body, like with the swollen foot sometimes, you know, having to get nurses and things like that to be coming to regularly check on things, and you know, it's just things like that. The excessive amount of doctor's appointments, you know what I mean? You know, but I do like the healthcare. The healthcare is nice, so I don't complain.
All right. So earlier you said, right, like you were in the depression stage, and I asked you how long you were in there, and you said you got out quicker than most people. So like, what helped you get out that depressive stage?
It's a great question. Yes, sir. The music helped a lot. You know, I got on. I linked up with yours truly, your bitch favorite fat nigga, and you know, and that took a nigga to a level of, man, look, I can do this, man. I can do this. I can still be what it is that I want to be. And through the music, you know, expressing myself is like I didn't have to bottle things in. So that's what a lot of people's problems is. They when they have my type of situation, they bottle things in.
They have nowhere to express themselves. Really.
No way, you know, because sometimes it's hard to talk to different family members or different spouses about the situation. If you ain't got a real friend to talk to, then, you know, I don't know what to say.
And that shit trickles down to a whole lot of like other shit mentally that you don't even notice, like keeping shit in and like not having nobody to talk to or being able to express yourself, bro. That shit could put you in like a mental fucking, what's that shit in prison when you get put in a hole, bro?
In the box.
It's like you in a mental box, bro. You in the mental not self-confinement.
Confinement?
Yeah, you mentally confined in yourself, and you just battling your own demons, and you just gonna be fighting forever until you're able to express that shit, cause like,
damn, bro.
And that shit gonna eat at you. It's like it's not gonna get better, cause you just gonna be fighting the same fucking demons the whole time.
But through making beats, you know, I always think that's why a lot of especially my first beats when I first started, I always think those are like somewhat dark beats. They be real dark, some of them real slow and you know, sympathetic, you know what I mean? Got pianos and guitars, violins, you know, got these type of music because I was expressing myself to a point to where I didn't even know how I felt at the time, but the music knew how I felt. I just get in front of it, and literally, I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. I just got in front of it and put my best foot forward. I'm like, and it just came out with different styles. You know, of what I was feeling. There would be times I would make a beat and I would just listen to the beat and it'll have words. I'm pretty sure.
Like you hear words.
Yeah, like in my mind, I'm saying words. You know what I mean? Like eventually, words come.
You rapping in your mind type shit.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Sometimes when I'm actually making the beat, the words will be there to influence the beat, but there is no purpose of the word. It'll just be a word. Like it might just be a word, like respect. You know, and then it'll just keep playing in my head as I'm making the beat, because the way I used to make my beats, I used to make the drum, the drum lines first, and then I used to come back over with the choruses and different effects and things of that nature. So when I was making those beats, like let's say I'll start with the kick. A kick, a nice little tom. I love putting toms in there, a little kick, little snare, a little cymbal, little in there real quick. And then a word would just be popping up in my head. And then I'll try my best to, make that word flow in with the beat. So maybe the word respect will pop up, and then maybe the beat will go where the beat respect. You know what I mean? So I try to do something like that to have that bag mellow down into it, but with an instrument, not like actual vocal, with the instrument. That's how I make the chorus, and basically that's how the whole song come together, how the whole beat come together.
Do you ever feel like, what's that shit called? You ever feel like you suffered from PTSD?
Post-traumatic disorder. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's something that you have to get diagnosed with. So I have to go and get a professional doctor to tell me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But what I do think, there is some paranoia and things that just come with the territory of getting shot. You know what I mean? You up on your game mode. You more worried about how you moving right, and not trying to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, doing some crazy shit, dumb shit. So, it's come with the territory of getting shot, man.